What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back at you with another news video, and this will be the last one we do before the Saints live stream. Check in if you care, or if you're even watching this. I don't care, whatever. But we're looking at the pros and cons of starting Jalen, and I am in the camp of not starting him, sitting him, because so many people panicking. I've talked to people, Twitter fingers, actually YouTube, but who's counting over starting him, sitting him, and whatnot, but. People are panicking. Oh, if we don't win the Saints game, there's no guarantee to win it. Stop, relax, calm the fuck down. Why are you panicking? Like I said, for me, evidence is everything. If there's a reason, if it was last year, okay, maybe I can see that. But he's leaps and bounds beyond where he was last year. He's truly evolved as a passer. He hasn't arrived yet, but he's progressively gotten so much better. So let's get into the list, man, and see what is what. Sit him. The Eagles only need to win one game. And that's what I just said. Out of the two games, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If we win one of these two games, we get the first round bye, and we get to rest other starters, and we get to give Jalen more time. I still would start him next week and give him, a couple series here and there. Or like play a half, or play, for me, I'd say play a quarter. And just let him get his feet wet before the playoffs. But I'm not in charge. I'm just a big fan, and that's it. I don't have any sway over the team or anything like that. But we only need one win to get in, to get into that spot. We've already clinched the playoffs. So we just need to play for that bye, which goes beyond the rest. Having home field advantage until we have to leave to the Super Bowl, if we make it there, is a huge advantage. Playing in front of your home crowd for 2 weeks. But, man, I believe that Gardner Minshew showed enough to, be able to be confident in him going forward with, the start this week and then the majority or the whole game next week. What are we panicking about? Like, you don't want to go into the, make it in a must-win next week. We can beat the Giants. If we absolutely have to, we can beat the Giants. And actually, that would help us. Someone, pointed this out. It would help us in not letting the Cowboys get any rest. They would have to play their starters next week as well. And then them going into straight into a road game. So it helped us give them a bit of a disadvantage moving forward. And you saw Michael Parsons with that club on. He's not as effective. Not having your digits versus having a ball at fist. Which one is better? So, even a worst case scenario, we play truly a must win next week. And then, I believe we have the advantage there as well, even though it would be a more hard fought battle and there's nothing guaranteed. There's no guarantees, period. So stop going on that mindset. But anyways, let's get to the next item. Start him. Hurts is close to an MVP. No, this will be short and sweet, but nobody gives a fuck about the MVP. Jalen doesn't even give about the MVP. He would want to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, and even then, he's just like, if we win, we get a ring, that's the team that I want. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This team is unselfish, and it's true brotherhood, and statistics and all that stuff is great, but all he cares about is the statistic of getting this. That's it. All right, moving on to the next item. Sit him. Re-injury would be a disaster. This is true. So if he is anything less than like a high percentage, 90, 85%, or whatever we feel comfortable with going with, do not play him. If there's risk of re-injury, do not play him. But if it's just soreness, if it's just, like slightly limited motion, and he feels like he can push through that, by all means, settle the score and get the dub, but do not put him at any risk. And we also have other people that are going to be out. Lane, his cornerstone right tackle, is going to be out, so protection might be an issue. And then the Saints defenders, they don't owe us any favors. They're going to try and hit him and come down on him as much as possible. That's a game of football. Those are the risks that come with having such a great reward dangled in front of you. But yeah, we don't want to see him, risk himself any further. So that's why I say put him on ice if, it's complicated, if it's convoluted, if it's muddy as far as playing him with an injury risk. Don't risk that. Don't risk the long term for short term gain. Like I said, it's not a must win because must win equals like there is no other option. We still have another option with another game in the books to be played. So I don't want to hear any talk of this we gotta win this game. Settle the fuck down, soy boy. Yeah, we supposed to get laid or something. Just take your mind off this. Damn. At the end of the day, it still is a game. I'm a big fan, but it's a game. Chill the fuck out and let the professional. You're not a professional. You're a pro at doing this. Stuffing shit in your mouth while watching a game. Nobody's paying you to play or for your opinion, so shut the fuck up. I mean, you might be getting paid by YouTube or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. All right, next. Stardom. He played fine while hurt in Chicago. This is also a dumb argument. It's been serious enough that you've been holding him out, so that is moot. That's null and void. He played in Chicago, but that was partially adrenaline, and also Hurts. He's the ultimate competitor. He is not gonna come out unless it's off a cart. You have to carry him off that fucking field. He's dedicated to the mission. So, yeah, the bravery, heroics, all this. He's a professional as well. So, he will fight tooth and nail to, pound the table to want to play, but he will listen to the coaches at the end of the day because he's a team player. And he's a leader. And you're not going to compromise the mission for personal gain. Like I said, with the MVP, he doesn't care about that. Whatever. So, anyways, next argument. Sit him. The Saints defense could be gunning for him. That's true. But injury risk, they aren't the Bounty Gate Saints of past, but of course they're gonna gear up to play the top team in the league, team that holds their draft pick. Thank you, appreciate that, Saints. That really even helped them this year. In hindsight, they should have kept it, because it potentially could have been a top 10 pick. It still might be, but they're gonna be gunning for him. They're gunning for you every week. Chicago, they were gunning for him. You shouldn't give him 17 carries. He was a leading back. I want him in there for quarter, but not running. But yeah, so that's silly. There's a risk of injury every time you step out there into the field. Even before that, you're training, practicing. You might get injured, hurt, whatever. That comes with the territory. So, whatever. Next point. Stardom. He could get pretty rusty. This one, I'm kind of 50-50 with, because I do believe in, even no matter how great you are, it's going to be someone said 34 days in between, I guess, if he doesn't start, and then if he starts in a divisional game, it'll be 34 days in between that point, since he would have played. And yeah, I personally believe that's too much, but, I know he's going hard in practice. I know he's mentally keeping himself in there and taking all the mental reps you can or whatever. But yeah, you don't want to see him get rusty. You don't want to see him come out there and have a shaky, quarter, a shaky series, and a shaky half, to begin a game, win or go home type fashion. There are no do-overs. There are no second tries. There's no mercy, no pity. No court to throw yourself on to appeal to the football gods for another chance. Once you're out, you're out. So you only get one shot at this thing, and let's do it right. So that's why I say I'd play him in the final if he doesn't play this. Even if he does play this week, or especially if he doesn't play this week, I'd play him in the final, give him some snaps. Just let him loose out there, get comfortable, and then put him on ice for the duration, for the 2.5 weeks or whatever till the divisional game. But yeah, I'm a believer in rust, because it's nothing like live action, like those live bullets firing. You get hit that first hit, tackle, being back, and you're like, okay, get the confidence back, swagger back, that feel back for the game. But like I said, that's just my opinion on the matter. But whatever they do, I trust the team, of course. But personally, I'd like to play, then stay on the bench. I almost said pay to play, and that's wrong. But moving on to the next one. Sit him. Gardner Minshew is a very good backup. This is a valid point for me. Gardner Minshew went toe-to-toe with Dak last week. Threw 355, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Well, I really credit Quez on those, because he had the ball ripped from it over top of his head. You know, you could say PI because the guy jumped on his back, whatever, but he still let the guy do that. Didn't aggressively come back to the ball. And also the other one just clear. Quez had it ripped from his fucking fingers. The only way you're going to whip that is from my dead, cold hands. And he just wanted it more. So Bland, as Bland as maybe say that, yeah, that's just what happened in a nutshell. And you just weren't strong enough. It was like you're a little foot or some shit like that, you know, land poor time. But, yeah, it's just, I believe that Gardner Minshew can come in and get the job done, especially if we lean on the run like we didn't last week. It just, you know, questionable things there. But the Saints are kind of, I mean, I think they're kind of porous against the run. So, yeah, lean on that. Lean on Miles Sanders if he's healthy enough. Activate Trey Sermons for goodness sakes. Just give this man some carries. But Boston Scott, I don't know if he should be getting carries like that because you haven't regularly given him carries throughout the year. So he's rusty. And then, you know, you want Gainwell to be something he's not. Receiving, he's good receiving back, good third down back, but I don't believe in him like that. It's just, I don't give him more reps maybe, but we have a starter, so just give him the starting snaps. But yeah, Gardner's showing more than enough, but just gotta stop the happy feet in the pocket. You know, settle down, step up into the pocket like some people said, and not throw up the back foot and clean up some of those things. I think he will with a full week of practice as a starter. Okay, I just put my foot in my mouth because Hurts is taking some of those snaps. But I don't know if that was just on the side or he's working away from the team, whatever. But, you know, whatever that was, I believe that Gardner has gotten the lion's share of the snaps as a starter. So, like I said, you know, you see, you know, believe in the seeing. I believe that I think I've seen that, you know, we've been giving Gardner the bulk of the snaps. So I'll believe that he's going to be the one starting. Can't convince me otherwise. As much as Nick wants to make this a dog and pony show, like, oh, you know, the hidden smoke and mirrors, we know he's starting. Come on now. All right, but that's it for the article. Shout out to Philly Voice, awesome page. But yeah, man, who do you think is gonna start? My new screen cap for the live stream has an interesting twist in it. But anyways, check it out. It's your boy Cintron. Fly Eagles fly. Let's go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.